Yo. So the scene starts and we got this demon named Aku rising from the shadows. And just take a look at bro's face. This is some shit you see in a nightmare. Aku is basically a shape-shifting demon who once terrorized the entire planet. That was until Jack's father defeated him with an enchanted sword before imprisoning him. But around 20 years later, this menace somehow managed to break out because of a fucking solar eclipse. And the first thing he had on his mind was the spinner block on Jack's dad. Jack's father is telling him about how he defeated Aku and sealed him away. You know, how them OGs be telling stories about back in their days. Then he tells Jack to always be alert because the presence of evil is sometimes right behind you. And just guess what happens next? The most evil nigga they know starts spawning in right behind Jack. Like, speak of the devil, bro. Oh my gosh. Aku breaks in and the kingdom starts defending themselves, but the shit that they're trying does not work, and they're sending in bows, spears, and even cannons. Like, what is this supposed to do against a 1,000-foot demon? This is like when the military be trying to take out supervillains in the movies. That shit never works. Aku starts absorbing everything that they send at him, and he sends it right back at them. Then he uses his eyes to shoot fire beams at their houses. Jack's dad starts running to grab the sword that defeated Aku the first time, but Aku tells him that it will not work this time, picking up the emperor and making him scream in pain. He tells his mother that Aku has returned and to do as they plan. So the mother grabs the sword and starts taking Jack away on a boat. She takes Jack to some monks and sends him off on a journey, and from this point on is where Lil Jack starts locking in. He starts going all over the world to train for Aku. That way he can get back at him for taking over his land. We see him in the Middle Eastern, and he's doing some horseback riding like it's Ghost of Tsushima. W game, by the way. Before traveling all the way to Africa, and you cannot tell me that this was not some type of shot at black people, bro. Why is he so dark? I've never in my life seen a nigga that's that dark, bro. Who the fuck drew this? After training with the brothers, we see him traveling to Egypt, and there he was learning astronomy and getting an education. We then get to Greece where Jack's working on his wrestling. Jack and this one dude were going at it before this big bully looking ass nigga got mad. Apparently he didn't like what he seen, so he wanted to wrestle Jack himself. And it seems like that's an unfair match because he's way out of Jack's weight class. But we see that while Jack's in the headlock, he actually manages to flip him. It might be something we don't know about Jack, y'all. I'm not too sure yet. Jack eventually gets the full DLC, traveling across the entire world. He makes a stop at England to train archery one-on-one before battling Vikings at sea to get tougher. He learns some spear and mounted combat before training kung fu with some Shaolin monks. They got my guy in China with the monks like Victor Wembanyama. Nah, he's tough. After his training, Jack goes through a snowstorm to get to this fortress, and in this fortress we see that he's finally reunited with his mother. We see her laying down his sword and his robe, letting him know that it's time to go get back.
Get back, nigga! Get back, nigga!
We return to his homeland to see that this shit is basically a living hell. Aku has enslaved Jack's entire kingdom and has his people doing egregious things. Like, this entire place has been built by the people of Jack's kingdom. This nigga Aku is just pure evil, dog. We see this statue of Aku being turned in circles, and at the bottom of this statue is an old man turning it by himself. One of Aku's minions tells him to stop, so he hits the brakes, instantly collapsing to the floor from being overworked. A little girl is filling a bowl up with water and running towards the old man, and when she gets there we learn that the old man is Jack's father. I can imagine the torture Aku has put him through all these years. He was probably getting that Jason Todd treatment. Before he could take the water, the bowl gets whipped by the minion, and he says that everyone except the emperor can have water.
Man! What did he do to make them niggas that mad?
Jack's father is dying of thirst, so he scoops the spilled water into his hands. Then the minion seen this and decided to whip OG. And just look at how far back he caught for an old nigga. Like, how was he supposed to work after being beat and not having water? But right before he could take a swing, the whip gets caught, yanking the minion backwards. Then the emperor splashes water in his face and sees that the goat has returned. The rest of Aku's minions line up to jump Jack, but he puts up one of the cleanest reverse jumpings in history. They all attack at once, but he's straight parrying. Souls fans would be proud, as he effortlessly continues to spam parry. He one-shots 3 demons in a row, making them seem like light work, before turning around and finishing off the last 3. Nah, it looks like all that training definitely paid off. Bro is out here moving different, I can't lie. The demons disappear and Jack cuts his dad free. Then he asks him what happened to him in their land, because this shit went from a peaceful village to a living hell. Jack's dad explains how they've been enslaved and forced to make Aku stronger. That way he could take over the world. Then Jack tells his dad not to worry, because he's about to get it back in blood with his sword. But his dad smacks the sword away and tells him that the sword is only a tool. Then he tells him that evil is clever and deception is his best weapon, which low-key makes sense. Like, light-skinned females are a prime example of this. Those demons will give you one look and ruin your entire life. Y'all boys stay away from them light skins. Jack starts traveling to Aku and pulls up to his hideout in the mist. And this nigga Aku is so evil that he literally has demons floating around his crib, bro. After dodging a couple demons, Jack draws his sword. He hits this insane long jump before hopping back and forth while avoiding demons. Then he pulls up to Aku's hideout and screams out his name.
Out to the street, bro. I will beat your motherfucking ass.
As Jack waits, the ground starts rumbling. Then Aku comes flying in, and the aura this man has is crazy. But Jack isn't nervous at all, standing on straight business. Aku low-key starts disrespecting him by bending over to talk, and he asks bro what's his problem. Jack tells him that he came for revenge and goes charging in. But Aku starts laughing and tells him that no mortal can hurt him. And right after he says that, Jack slices through him, catching him off guard. Aku realizes that Jack is the son of the emperor who imprisoned him. Then Aku tells him that he can get knocked around like his daddy used to. Now right here is why Aku is low-key terrifying in my opinion, because as you can see, he can transform into the weirdest looking things. He swings but Jack dodges, then he swings 3 more times but Jack dodges all of them. And I don't care what no one says, if this shit is attacking me, I'll probably shed a tear. Aku goes for a punch and Jack jumps over it. But hold on, he's out here dodging attacks with his eyes closed. Nah Jack, who you feeling like? Aku catches Jack with his back turned and ends up scratching him, and this makes Jack lock in. When Aku attacks again, Jack cuts him down. But all this does is make Aku shapeshift into a fucking scorpion. Had Jack hitting the brother.
Brother, what's that? What's that, brother?
Do y'all see what I mean now? Aku is horrifying. Jack tells him that no matter how evil he is, he won't win this fight. And Aku's just like, we'll see about that. He snaps at Jack, but Jack dodges the attack by jumping. Then he goes for a steam, but Jack hits this clean weave with his eyes closed. He blocks, rolls into another block before continuously blocking a couple more strikes. Aku tries to hit Jack with the scorpion get over here, which is ironic because he's literally a scorpion. But Jack ducks, getting Aku stuck, then slicing off his stinger. Now you would think that this would slow down Aku, but nope. As we see him spiraling and spinning away like Sonic the Hedgehog. Now at this point, Aku could literally come back in any shape or form. He could transform into a spider, a snake, or even a giant centipede. But instead, he comes back as whatever the fuck this is. Like, I'm convinced the writers did this shit to scare us, because what is that? Aku attacks, but Jack manages to slice down 8 of his limbs before Aku grabs Jack's ankle and turns him upside down. Give me your lunch money. Jack cuts the limb that's holding him before slicing 3 more limbs. And now he's free falling towards Aku while he's in this form. Nah, Jack, you better than me. I wouldn't even try to get close to this shit. He jumps off Aku like a trampoline before Aku slingshots himself towards Jack. Then he transforms into what looks like a demonic goat mixed with a bull. I don't know. Someone in the comments tell me please. Aku goes for the headbutt, destroying the platform, but Jack dodges. Then Jack does a 180 trick shot, turning and slicing Aku in half. But Aku is still not finished, as he transforms into this bird-like creature with the head in the middle of his body. Yeah, it's time to wrap this shit up. Bro's just transforming for the shits and giggles. Jack summons the power of the enchanted blade and sends it towards Aku. And instead of dodging, or at least swinging his body to the side, Aku tries to tank the sword and manages to get himself sealed. Jack lays out Aku, who seems like he's finally defeated, but Aku starts yapping, telling Jack that he'll be back in the future. Jack tells Aku that there is no future for him, but Aku says that he disagrees and opens his mouth, sending donuts towards him. Then once Jack gets trapped, we learn that Aku sent him to a future where his evil is law. I hope y'all enjoyed that banger, and if y'all want some more peek, let me know in the comments. I really do love y'all, and I appreciate all the support. We're now on the road to 3K. I hope I see y'all next vid, and I'm out. Playmade 4L.
We so proud of them, yeah. Did that shit again, yeah. I'm gon' proud of them, yeah. Can't go broke again, yeah. We got hella racks, yeah. We so proud of them, yeah. Did that shit again.